The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to Conor Commentary, a hilarious take on news, politics, sports, and current events. It's time to buckle up. Here's Conor.
All right, and we are back. What's going on, everybody? And we have this new edition, this massive American flag with a very nice... Is that an eagle on the top, Ben? Is that what you think it is?
It surely is.
Nice. Is that like a bald eagle?
Of course.
They're very rare, right? That's why it's like America's bird.
They're the symbol of America.
Yeah, buddy.
Did you know the original bird of America?
The turkey.
Yes, it was.
It was, right?
Connor
knew
things.
it.
Connor knows things.
Yes. You know what the things that I know about history are? The little things that you read in like the kids' picture books, like way back in the day. Yeah. It's like America's bird in 1860 was the turkey. Abraham Lincoln was the president. Did you know he was 6'4"? That's about all I know for history facts. Other than that, Ben knows all the stuff.
There you go. You're done.
Right?
You're tapped out.
I'm done. I'm tapped out. But there we go. Speaking of turkey,
yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good, man.
Did you do anything?
Nope.
No?
And that's what made it so good.
Did you even have turkey?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, me and the missus did, a regular Thanksgiving, but we just didn't have to travel and go back and forth to family and all this stuff. And it was nice to just kind of stay home because that's the first time in like 20 years I haven't been driving to multiple houses on Thanksgiving.
Yep. It actually is pretty nice. And it looks like we're probably on pace for the same thing this Christmas. Knock on wood. Hopefully not, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I'll be in a car most of Christmas Day.
Yeah? Where you going? Anywhere good?
Florida.
Are you?
Yeah. Driving down.
Florida doesn't give an F. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I love it.
they're like, come on down.
Yeah.
Come right through.
I love visiting.
Yeah.
Don't want to live there.
No?
Depends.
The real estate's very cheap in Florida.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
I might live there.
Oh, yeah?
I've contemplated it just because it's so cheap to live down there.
I actually have contemplated it too, but you got to pick the right spot.
Yeah.
You don't want to be up in Jacksonville. You
Right.
don't really want to be in Tallahassee.
Those are bad spots.
You don't want to really be in Orlando.
Yep.
Because
there's so many cities
in the middle of the state. And It's like, if I'm going to Florida, I'm trying to live on the beach.
Yep.
What's up? So there's a bunch of places you don't want to live.
But then if you go to places where it's on the beach, then it's more expensive, right? Like Miami? Miami's probably super.
Yeah, I would never live in Miami.
Big bucks, yeah.
If I was going to live close to Miami, I'd live in Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, okay.
Yeah. Just, I don't know.
Yep. It's right
half
there.
an hour north of Miami.
Yeah, I went to Miami once. I think I flew into Fort Lauderdale.
Probably, maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale does have an airport.
Oh my goodness, they must have so many airports in Florida.
They have a bunch, yeah.
There's so many cities. Jacksonville, Tallahassee,
Orlando,
Tampa. I forgot about Tampa.
Miami. There's probably an airport in like Key West or something like that.
Seriously. Yeah, Key West. I forgot about Key West.
That's where I'd want to live.
Yep.
I don't got that kind of scratch, though.
Is that where the rich people live?
No, I mean, there's some.
Isn't there like one spot in Florida where like a ton of rich people go? Is that Palm Beach?
Yeah.
Palm Beach.
Yeah, that's where Kraft lives.
That's where Kraft lives? Okay.
Yeah.
That's where like all the billionaires have homes?
Yeah.
They have all these little communities, man, right? All the really rich people, like they all hoard into like the same spots and like the same cities.
Yeah.
And isn't there another one in Connecticut?
Greenwich,
that's where it is, right?
Yeah.
Greenwich, Connecticut, and then Palm Beach, and then...
there's always been a bunch of them throughout the years. Like Palm Springs in California at one point was like the hot spot for rich celebrities to live and all that stuff. It kind of ebbs and flows a little bit. I mean, we even have some in Massachusetts, like really, really nice towns that you'd want to live in.
Really?
Weston?
Yeah. Weston's really rich?
Half of Newton.
Half of Newton, yeah.
Most of Brookline.
Newton's crazy, yeah. Brookline.
Yeah, there's some really expensive spots.
Newton's where a lot of the athletes live, right? Like NFL players and stuff.
Most of the Patriots players live in and around the Foxborough area.
Yeah. Brady lived in Brookline, right?
He did, because Kraft lived in Brookline. And
did he?
Yeah.
BFFs.
Yeah, it's weird.
You think they're still BFFs? You think it's weird? Why do you think it's weird? Because Kraft's like old enough to be his grandfather?
No, I just thought it was weird that he was just like moving to be essentially closer to him.
Yeah.
It was kind of odd.
It was like a father-son relationship.
It was very, it's a bizarre relationship.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why? Just because he used to love the owner so much? I don't know. Maybe he still does.
That's why I think it's kind of bizarre.
Yeah. Do you think he loves the Tampa Bay Buccaneers owner now?
Maybe.
Who is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
I was just trying to think of it.
That's funny, though, when you think about that, because we don't even know who it is.
Let me look it up.
Last time we looked it up, it was
the Glazers.
The Glazers.
The Glazers.
What did they do? They create like the glazed donut or something? Remember the other guy who was Atlanta's owner? He founded Arthur Blank. He founded Home Depot, right?
Yeah, we discovered that on this show.
Yeah, we did
together.
And now we're gonna find out what Mr. Glazer did, where he owns the Buccaneers.
Did the Glazers?
There's so many NFL owners. I don't know who they are, what they do, or if they're even involved in owning the team that much.
Yeah, the Glazers built their commercial real estate fortune through First Allied Corporation, which today owns more than 6.7 million square feet of premium shopping center space across the USA. So they're going to be losing some money soon.
Yeah, they're about to be, man. Commercial real estate's going to go way down because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, and people aren't going out and shopping, which, it's the whole economic system is going to change.
I agree.
In
big time.
A dramatic way. And whoever can evolve and adapt to that is going to find themselves being very, very, very wealthy. Like,
touche.
Not quite Bezos wealthy, but very, very.
Because what's going to happen with all the places in Boston where they have this exuberant rent every month to have an office space, and now they've had these people working from home for almost a year, and if it's like about the same, why would they continue to pay an astronomical amount each year to rent that space if they have everyone working remote already?
Yeah, well, you already saw people before this happened. You already saw people starting to rent different types of places like Staples would open up and be like, yeah, you can rent it for $60 a month or whatever it was. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a number, but it was much cheaper than getting an office space at some of these other places. So those
Wait, you could rent
happening.
You could rent a spot at Staples? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, they had office spaces. Right?
They did?
Yeah.
What was it, just like random person, like an accountant or a lawyer or something? You can just rent a spot, just like if you're a sole proprietor or whatever it's called?
There was people that were doing like import exports that just had like a little bit of space there that they rented out.
That's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, kind of.
Staples had to do something, right?
Yeah.
Who owned Staples or founded Staples?
Who founded Staples?
Yeah, or started it. Or was the president of it? Something very
So
important.
the funny thing is, one of my best friend's dad was a part of the team that started Staples. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's your best friend's dad? Can we not say?
No, I'm not going to throw that out there.
All right.
I'm not going to put other people's business out there.
Who's the person that I am thinking of?
I think it was Bain Capital.
Was it? I thought it was Mitt Romney.
Yeah, that's through Bain Capital.
Oh, through Bain Capital. I thought he was the one who like founded. Speaking of Bain Capital, Kraft's son worked there. Right?
Oh, really? Which one?
I'm pretty sure.
Probably right.
I don't know. I just remember reading that in the Dynasty. Free plug for the Dynasty for like the 8th time on this show. Phenomenal book. Have to read it.
Free plug out to 6 Rings.
6 Rings
by Jerry Thornton.
Touche. Jerry Thornton is a good man. 6 Rings. I still haven't read that one. Did that come out recently?
Yes, very recently.
Very recently.
Yeah.
Go buy that too. 6 Rings.
Mm-hmm.
That's the next on the reading list.
The founders of Staples were Thomas G. Stemberg and Leo Kahn.
Oh, I completely made that up then. What did Mitt Romney have to do with it then? Nothing?
He had to do with Bain Capital, so let me see. The first store was opened in the Brighton neighborhood of Boston.
Oh, snap.
It's actually
Staples
the Boston neighborhood of Brighton.
Yes.
I guess
Brighton, isn't Brighton its own city? No? They're just subsections of Boston, like Brighton, Allston?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Staples started with backing from private equity firms, including Bain Capital. Bain co-founder Mitt Romney served on the company's board of directors for the next 15 years. Yep.
Oh, so he served on the board of directors for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean, board of directors? He's kind of an owner or not really?
It just means, well...
He's kind of a boss way at the very top?
Yeah, there's a select group of people that are basically kind of running the show and taking most of the money out. You know what I'm saying? That's essentially what a board of directors really is.
Touche. Good for him. It worked out very well. Mitt Romney is very wealthy, I believe.
Oh, he's very wealthy. Yeah.
Why do these people go into politics, dude? I don't get
power.
That. Power? It has to be power, right?
Yeah. The Romneys, I mean, their end game has always been the presidency.
Right.
Well, I shouldn't say always been.
If I had that much money, I would not want to be bothered. I'd be like, get me the fuck away from this as far as possible.
So I was thinking about this the other day.
Yep.
I was like, if I had that kind of scratch,
yep,
I'd be gone.
Right.
Like, once I hit, like...
I'd be living...
50 million.
50 million, yep.
I'm out.
That's a great amount. It's 50 million, 5% a year is 2.5 million.
Yeah.
That's 200,000 a month.
You're fine.
You're fine. Yes. You probably have no debt or anything.
But like all those people that just keep accumulating on top of accumulating on top, it's like,
I know.
What's the point?
It must just be a game to them.
It's power,
right?
Though.
It's power. Yeah, that too.
You got to remember. I think a lot of people, they keep score.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're worth $100 million. That's awesome. I'm worth $1 billion.
Right.
So I'm 10 of you.
Yes.
And I think that's what a lot of it is to a lot of people. Like, we know someone who's fairly wealthy and probably could have probably made another couple $1 million in his career, but he decided to just be done.
Touche.
We know them.
Yes,
Him.
that's very true. I think that's what I would do. If I ever get that type of money, I'll just
be out.
Yeah, I'm out. Never mind starting a whole thing and starting to become like, what is Mitt Romney, a senator?
Yeah.
What do they do? They have to deal with a bunch of bullshit, right?
Yeah, who knows how much they actually
vote
do.
on things, and
who knows what they actually are doing.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, because if I ever had that type of money, I wouldn't want to do that mainly because then that's just obligations as well.
Yeah.
You definitely have obligations to be at certain things at certain times. Like you have to be in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, and all those stupid events.
Like, exactly. He must have to go to so many events where you just have to be like a stuffed shirt and wear a suit and talk to whoever about whatever they even talk about, who even knows.
I'm just saying, if I had that kind of money, you'd never hear from me again.
No?
Well,
you disappear?
You might. I'm going to call up Conor and be like, hey, Conor, what are you doing? You want to come hang out on my island?
Yeah,
it's next to Epstein's.
His island's got to be for sale at this point, right?
His island was probably taken back by the Bahamas or whoever it was.
They probably repossessed it.
Yeah, they were like, we're going to take Sex Island back.
Who technically owned that island? What park? What country? That's what I don't understand. If someone buys an island, right, which I know people can, I know the UFC bought an island. Who, is that their own country? It can't be, right? Like, do you know what happens? I don't know what happens. Like, who rules Dana White's island? Is he just the automatic president?
Did he buy it though?
I thought he bought an island. I saw on a TV show, right? It was True Life. This guy, it was True Life, and they all had won a lot of money. It was like True Life, I am a millionaire now, whatever it was. This guy was looking at islands for like $500,000.
Yeah, there's some that aren't that expensive.
Yeah, it wasn't that much money. It was like $500,000, but
yeah, which is
you could buy your own island, put a house on it. And then, like, you just make your own rules and your own laws and your own government?
Kind of, but you could own the land, but I think it's still technically a part of the country.
Oh, it's like American territory or whatever?
Well, no. So, like, let's just say it was the Bahamas. I think that was the case, but I'm not positive. Okay. So let's just say it was one of the Bahamian islands. It's still a part of the country.
Right.
It's like buying a plot of land.
Oh, like, yeah, that makes sense.
You bought the plot of land.
Right.
Doesn't mean you could do whatever the fuck you want on it.
Right.
Unless you have Epstein money and he did whatever the fuck he wanted on it.
Right.
Well, I'm glad. I just want to put this out there. Glad he's dead.
Yeah, exactly. And then his whatever mistress or whoever she was is, I think, still incarcerated.
She is,
right?
She's awaiting trial, and I don't think that trial starts till like July of next year.
And they're not giving her bail.
Oh yeah, she's not getting
any bail. So, geez, fuck, she might never see the light of day again.
Or she just starts saying, hey, so you know that information I haven't been telling you guys? I'm going to start telling you some, and then I'm going to walk away.
Touche. You think that's what's going to happen?
Probably. We'll never know about it.
She'll dime out whoever?
Who knows?
Probably. Why not, right? That's what I would do at that point.
Well, I wouldn't have been in this mess if
Yeah, touche, exactly. She's so steep down that rabbit hole, man. She's like, if you dig 8 feet, you end up in China. She's in like Beijing right now.
Yeah.
Remember that thing as a kid? Where they told you if you dug 8 feet, was it 8 feet in the ground, you'd reach China?
No, well, no.
Do you remember hearing that?
8 feet. It was, you could dig a hole all the way to China.
Yeah.
That's always what we heard. How long? So say you dug a hole directly through the earth, all the way to the other side. So Boston to Hong Kong.
Why is like if you look
it's not a straight line, but
I know what you're saying, but like if you did that, you'd end up in like China.
Dug a straight hole.
Yep.
Regardless, it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
But if you fell from Boston through the core of the earth all the way to China, how long would that take?
Is there a right answer to this?
Yes.
Oh shit. 2.7 years.
No, you're a little high.
Okay. Oh, really? It would take less.
Much less.
Much less. Wow.
Let's just put it this way.
Are you digging with a shovel or are you digging with an excavator?
No. Just for you to fall.
Just for you to fall. Oh, so if there was already the hole and you just jumped through like it was a slide.
Exactly. How long would it take you?
3 days.
We did this last night on another podcast of mine.
Did you?
And it came out to like 46 minutes.
Really? That's it?
Yeah, but think about falling for 46 minutes.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, 46 minutes of just going down.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. People skydive and stuff, right? It would kind of be similar to that, maybe.
Would you skydive?
I don't know. One of my buddies who I used to work with did it, and he said it was awesome. He did it around here, too. It was in Massachusetts. Have you ever done it?
It's actually close to my house.
Is it? The spot? Yeah, he said it was sick. He said it was great. He said he'd definitely do it again. But I don't know if I would do it. I have no plans to anytime soon.
My girl did. There's a place in Pepperell, Mass.
That's where he went.
So sometimes when I'm like just driving home or something through Pepperell, I'll drive past that airfield, and you can see it from the street. And
can you see people?
It's been once or twice that I've actually seen people.
You have
on the parachute landing.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool, huh?
But fuck that, I'm not jumping.
You're
out
not doing
of a plane.
it.
No.
I know people are like, oh, it's great, it's life changing. I jumped out of the plane, and then I don't know. People go on these tandems and do great things, right?
Sure.
You face your fears.
Hell no.
Well, you're afraid of heights.
I am afraid of heights.
So yeah, that's probably the ultimate height, right?
I don't
Jumping
really
out of an
want to
airplane.
fly.
Touche. Yeah.
Let alone fly without a plane.
Flying's all right.
I don't love it.
No.
It's just a lack of control.
Yeah, I know.
It's like I have no control here. If something goes wrong, I can't do anything.
Yeah, you're just SOL.
Yeah, at least in a car, you're like, okay, I still have 50% of this. I can still do something here.
So do you always drive whenever you go anywhere?
No.
No?
No, we almost always fly.
No, I'm saying like on the normal average day, like if it's you and your fiance wife, right?
Yeah.
Do you always drive because you like to be in control? Because then if she's driving, you're kind of the co-pilot.
We're the same way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're both like that?
Yep.
So you both want to drive?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So long trips must be interesting.
Which brings me to me driving on Christmas Day down to Florida.
Oh my God. You're going on Christmas Day?
Yeah, why not? It's probably going to be the least amount of cars on the road.
Actually, that's true.
At least on the highway, you know?
Are you going to stop or are you going to drive straight through?
I want to drive straight through.
Yep. How long is that going to take?
20 hours.
20 hours, snap. That's a long day.
Yeah, dude.
You can't even drive straight through in one day then. You'd have to leave at like 4 a.m. and get there at like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Is that your plan?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah. Leave at like 4 a.m, get there at like midnight.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What are you going there for?
But see, the thing is, it's going to take me even longer. It's going to take me like 4 hours longer.
Right.
Because we're going to have the dogs with us.
Oh, so you're going to have to stop multiple times.
Exactly.
Well, you also have to stop to eat and stuff too.
You can just bring food with you. But yeah, you're going to have to stop for gas.
Yeah. So you're really just going to truck it out there.
God, I wish I had the Prius still.
I know it costs like $6.
Instead of driving a fucking Ford Explorer and it's going to cost me like $6,000 just in gas.
Seriously, I know. It might be cheaper to fly, right?
Maybe.
But it has to be cheap to fly right now.
I'm not flying the dogs.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm not putting them through that shit.
Is that expensive to fly a dog?
I have no idea. I've never done it, but I don't want the responsibility of it. And I've heard too many stories about dogs dying in the underside of a plane.
Dying? What if they getting misplaced or something? Yeah. They send your dog to Montana.
Welcome to Florida. Maggie's in Idaho. Not sure how she got to Idaho, but...
We're not sure because I don't think Idaho has any airports. What's the main city in Idaho?
Boise.
Boise. Oh, Boise, right? There's another one. It's like a Spanish name, right? Des something? D-E-S?
There's...
Des Moines? Maybe?
Des Moines.
Am I making that up?
That's French.
It's French.
And that's in Iowa.
Oh, that's in Iowa. That's different. Idaho and Iowa are different.
2 different places.
That is 2 different places.
Yep.
All right. Idaho, Iowa, I don't know. They're all considered the flyover states.
Yeah, they're all who gives a shit states.
In the great America, right?
Because we're proud to be Americans.
We're proud to be an American. We used to sing that song when I was in elementary school.
Did you guys have to do the same thing we did? I'm a little older than you.
Did you do the songs?
Only a couple of years.
Like Memorial Day, everyone would sing all the American songs.
Memorial Day? Bitch, it was every day.
You did it every day?
So this is what our routine was.
You sang songs every day?
Every single day.
Oh.
So the routine in the morning was always this. They did attendance.
Yep.
Then over the loudspeaper, we do...
I remember that stuff.
The Pledge of Allegiance.
The Pledge of Allegiance we always did, yep.
And then after
I think it's illegal now. The Pledge of Allegiance.
I have another story about it.
All right, go on.
So when I was a kid, we'd do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'd sing one of those songs like, "You're a grand old flag, you're a high flying flag." Yeah.
Was this like kindergarten or like 4th grade?
Entirely through elementary school.
Oh, my goodness.
Every year.
Did you go to like a singing school?
No.
This was a regular public school.
I went to McCarthy Public School in Framingham.
Shit.
That's where I went, dude. But yeah, every day. That was always what we had to do. And I think that was like the norm. Like everywhere. It wasn't just... where I was.
No, we did they did all that other stuff. Like they played the national anthem, and then we did the Pledge of Allegiance.
See, we didn't play the national anthem.
No, maybe they didn't play the national anthem. I don't know. I don't remember that happening in high school, though. I got a bad memory, but I don't remember us doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah,
in
it'd
high
always
school.
be. And
I
one
think we just got right to the
under
day.
God.
Yeah,
and then it'd be like, my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land
Dude,
of
where did you go to? Like a Russian
liberty.
school where they're like putting propaganda into your head? Like
Fucking felt like it, man.
Sing these patriotic songs.
You'd think I'm like 60 years old and grew up during the Cold War.
Right.
I didn't. The Cold War was done by the time I was like 5, all right?
All right, so there were no drills where you had to hide under the desk.
No, we weren't doing that shit.
That's what they used to do, right?
Oh, yeah, my parents. Asked them.
So
They all did it.
they thought that if you went under the
No.
desk.
They didn't think that.
So what was the point of going under the desk? Because if there's a nuclear bomb being set off and it's at the school, if you're under the desk, what is that, like ghouls when you play tag?
I think they probably just was like, if we make the kids believe there's something they can do about it, they won't fucking panic and freak out. Then we can just die in peace. Because if a nuclear bomb is dropped, whatever, 300 miles away, you're still getting fucked.
That was just the ultimate like fake fight, huh? I was like, we will nuke you or we will nuke you. What will happen? Who will do it first?
Yeah.
But nothing ever happened.
No.
So there was absolutely no war.
It was the lamest game of chicken.
You're right. Both of them went back and forth and then nothing ever happened, right?
Pretty much.
So that summarizes the Cold War. How long was the Cold War?
I mean, it basically went from, I guess you could say, from like 46 to 1990.
Damn.
1989.
Holy shit.
When the wall came down.
That was a long time.
The Berlin Wall, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But, I mean,
Damn.
there was nothing really to it.
Right.
There was little minor incidents, but people would blow them up to be bigger things. Like, maybe the Bay of Pigs was actually a really big deal. I don't know definitively. I kind of doubt the stories we've been told about it. And, we're getting into beefs with them over Afghanistan back in the early 80s.
Yeah.
But nothing really happened. It was just a bunch of supposedly like spy shit going back and forth.
And nothing ever came to fruition, obviously.
Well, no, because Russia or the USSR was a complete shit show.
Right.
It was an awful place. Communism was fucking terrible. It completely ruined that entire region of the world for a long, long time.
Right.
And they couldn't do shit to us, especially then.
Yeah.
Now with technology, it's a little bit different. They can kind of fuck with you in different ways. But anyone can do that.
That's very true.
But the reality is,
can do it.
With a standing army, they were fucked.
Right.
They were going to get demolished. So they knew they really couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do? Invade America?
Right.
No. If you're going to get into a standing war with the U.S., especially at that time, you're toast.
Yeah, that was back in like the 50s and the 60s, right? Or whatever.
50s,
it went all the way to
60s,
the 90s.
80s.
Jeez, yeah.
With the exception of like Vietnam, where they're practicing guerrilla warfare and you're fighting on their turf and you're not really doing exactly what you should have been doing in that war, which is, all right, let's just go through and sweep everything up. They were trying to do it in different ways and they kind of got their ass kicked because they didn't do it right. Could they have easily destroyed North Vietnam? Without a doubt.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Well, then, because they had a nuclear bomb then, right?
Yeah.
At that time?
It was 30 years after.
So then
less than 30 years, 20 to 30 years after we dropped it on.
That's what am I saying? Right. So that had already transpired. That had happened decades before.
Yeah.
So they could have done the same thing again, and it kind of just would have been over then, right?
Yeah, but
theoretically speaking.
Problem with doing that, and then they found out after, well, you just don't want to unleash that kind of power because you don't want it used back on you. So the thing I think people need to realize is we weren't the only ones with nukes. We were the first ones.
Yeah.
But by the time the 70s rolled around, we weren't the only ones.
Yeah, a bunch of people had them, right?
Yeah. I mean, fucking like Egypt had them.
Caused mass
India
destruction, right?
Fucking Russia clearly had them. A bunch of places had them.
Yeah.
So it's nuclear winter, which is basically the end of the world, the end of humanity on the planet. So why are you going to do this?
You think that's how the world's going to end?
Nuclear power?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's a good question, right? How's the world going to end? They say it's going to be like another ice age, or actually, no, we're going to overheat, right?
But when you say the world ends, you mean humanity?
Humanity, yeah.
I mean, the way things are going...
We're getting deep here.
The way things are going now, it's supposed to get hotter.
Right.
But I don't know, man. Yes, obviously we have a hand
even at that, though, how long is that going to take?
It takes a while.
It takes a while, right?
It takes a while.
I mean,
yeah, like when we find ourselves in an ice age, like,
Yeah.
it's not like it's overnight and all of a sudden a blizzard came and you're like, holy shit.
right.
It's years upon
Years, like
upon
hundreds
years.
of years, like thousands of years, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously, I guess it's getting warmer, so they say, but it's like, at what point is it going to be so hot that we're going to die? Like how long? I mean, we'll probably have been dead and brought back to life and lived again by then. Speaking of people who can be dead and brought back to life, who was the guy that played for the Red Sox who's like frozen? When's he coming out?
Ted Williams?
Ted Williams, yeah. Is he coming back
He's
soon?
not frozen. His head is frozen.
His head's frozen.
Just his head.
Are they going to make a clone of him or something, right?
Who knows?
When's he coming? When's his big day? When's he
Can we
coming
get
back?
a little Teddy ball game in 2024? What's
Seriously, we'd sign him, right? Come on, why not?
Greatest hitter who ever lived.
Greatest hitter who ever lived. Yeah, he'd have to come back and prove that again.
You know who else is there? And I think
Being
just his head frozen?
Walt Disney.
Exactly.
Walt Disney. So he's going to come back too then, right?
He can stay dead. That
Okay.
racist piece of shit.
Why, he was a bad dude?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
All right, so Walt Disney stays. Ted Williams comes back and plays for the Red Sox in 2024. They win the World Series.
Fantastic. I'm in.
That sounds like a good thing, right?
Ted Williams finally gets his ring.
Yeah, touche. Hey, speaking of fake fighting,
Yes.
did you watch the Mike Tyson fight? I didn't watch it. I heard it was very bad.
I watched it after the fact.
Yep.
I didn't watch it live because I'm not paying that money to do that.
Yeah, it was like $50.
I got the internet, baby. I can see anything for free. You just got to know where to look.
Touche.
And if you're okay with watching it the next day, you can find it on YouTube if you want.
Right.
Seriously. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
I watched it the next morning because I probably wasn't even going to be able to stay awake to that. And for a 54-year-old man, fucking Tyson looked awesome.
Yep. But I didn't watch it. I just heard that it was like an exhibition. Neither one of them went that nuts.
Well, no, I mean, there was rules. First of all, it was 2-minute rounds as opposed to 3-minute rounds.
Yep.
Which, fine, you're in your 50s.
You're right.
No knockouts. No this, no that. Like, there was a bunch of rules, but now I think Tyson got a little flavor of it.
Yeah, he wants to come back.
And then he also said he was high as shit when he fought him.
I heard that, yeah. He smoked before. He got high and went out there and fought. He smokes all day, every day, though, right?
Yeah.
I think he said that on Joe Rogan. He said like some astronomical amount of weed that he smokes a week.
Yeah.
Something like I don't even think would be possible. I smoke 2 pounds a week or something.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. But before that, you must have seen was it Logan Paul or Jake Paul? Which one of them is the boxer?
That was Jake Paul.
That was Jake
I believe,
Paul.
Yeah.
That was Jake Paul.
I'm so unbelievably uninterested in either one of them.
Yeah, I don't know much about either of them. Only one of them boxes, though, right?
I think it's Jake. Yeah.
It was Jake. He knocked Nate Robinson the fuck out, dude. Like, bad. That was for real. Like, he put him to sleep. Like, he was like taking a nap on the thing.
And it was the worst looking knockout. It wasn't like it was just a straight beautiful shot and you see everything.
Right.
Nate kind of jumps in and hey, Jake tagged him.
Yeah,
I'm not going to take it.
I don't know what transpired. I had to watch it like 8 times.
But it was really because it was two people that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
kind of just going at each other, and it was hilarious. And then I'm sitting there watching. It's like, motherfucker, like. Let me call my friend Danny, who's a professional boxer. Yeah, you trained me for a month because I could fuck these people up.
You want to get in on the next one?
I'm a lot bigger than them.
Damn. What about Rough and Rowdy? You can get in there, right?
Maybe.
Right? The Barstool one?
I don't have any interest.
No.
I don't have any interest in I mean, if there was like, if Rough and Rowdy was like, Ben, we'll pay you $1 million to fight Jake Paul, I'm in.
Absolutely. $1
but
million.
No real interest in doing it.
$1 million, then disappear.
But I also think I'm a lot bigger than them. Because I know Nate's small.
Yeah,
he
Nate's
looks a little
small,
bigger than Nate. And
right.
I'm 6'1", 200 pounds. I think that guy was probably like 5'9".
Did they have a weight class, or did they just decide to fight each other? That's what I'm thinking about too. Is because what if Nate Robinson and then Logan or Jake Paul, whichever one it was, they decided to fight, right?
No, actually, it would be a fair fight. He's 6'1".
Okay.
I'm 6'1".
Oh shit! Now you have to fight him.
I'm game.
How much does he weigh? Does it say?
No.
No.
It just says weights cruiserweight, which is about
cruiserweight.
I would be a cruiserweight.
Wow.
He's also probably like 10 years younger than me.
Yeah, I think he is young.
In much better shape than I am.
He's younger than I am. I'm pretty sure he's younger than I am.
He's kind of jacked. I'll give it to him, but still think I'd fuck him up.
All right. There we go. We'll see if he's listening and he wants to. Then he has to come out and he has to come out and challenge Ben.
That's fine.
Speaking of athletic,
it's a fight that'll sell no tickets.
Well, if he's on there, it might sell tickets.
It'll sell half.
He's famous, right?
He's very famous.
He's like the biggest YouTuber.
I don't really know
or something.
why.
I don't know what he does either. Whatever it is, I want to do it though.
I guess.
Makes millions of dollars, I don't know, making videos. That's one of the things, too. It's like, what attracts so many people to watch certain people?
I have no idea.
You know what I mean? Some people, I'm like, how do you have 11 million followers?
But the funny
what
thing
do
is,
you do?
when I happen to watch some of these people's content, because it's hard to avoid it
Yeah,
sometimes.
like I've seen very little of his content. I don't know what his stick is. Does he or shtick, whatever you say? Like, does he have like a thing?
I have no idea.
Or is it people just?
I've never seen him or his brother's content, but I've
Me
seen
neither.
other people that have huge followings and make millions, even bigger than those guys are.
Yeah.
And I'll watch their stuff from time to time, and I'll be like, who the fuck is getting enjoyment out of this?
Right.
This is ridiculous. This is so stupid.
Right.
And not in like the tongue-in-cheek stupid kind of way, like, hey, I'm in on it too. It's like, who the fuck's getting enjoyment out of this?
Right. Well, I think we also underestimate the average American, just the stupidity of the American public.
That is
You know what I
sadly
mean?
true.
So there's probably a lot of people out there who are easily amused. Many people who are watching this show. Not to insult the audience. I know Ed watches and his IQ is like 270.
Yeah, he's a smart man.
Yeah, that's what it is. Speaking of athletic achievements, though, I have one on here that I was specifically waiting to ask you.
Ooh, I like it.
So everyone who knows anything about football knows the situation with the Denver Broncos.
Yes.
A practice squad wide receiver was the starting quarterback, right?
Yeah.
He completed one pass for 13 yards.
Yeah.
Out of one, so he went 1 for 13. He had 13 attempts. If you had 13 attempts in the NFL versus the Saints on Sunday, would you have completed a pass?
At my age?
Yeah.
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
So you think you could?
Not a doubt.
It could have been you.
It could have been.
It could have been you. You could have thrown one pass for 13 yards and 2 picks.
Oh yeah. I easily could have. I easily could have gone 1 for 13 with 2 picks.
1 for 13 for 2 picks, right? You just have to complete one.
Yeah, I could do that. That's not a problem.
Especially, I don't remember what pass he completed, but especially if it's just like a vertical, like 2-yard pass, or it's like a screen pass, and then they do the rest of the work. Little slant, yeah, just once.
All I would say is because I don't know, I haven't even touched a football in like a year, but I'd just be like, hey, just run a fade.
Yeah,
that's about all I can do. Just run a fade.
Give me 13 tries.
This is going to be Tom Brady to Randy Moss. Basically, what I mean by that is I'm going to throw it up there.
Yeah.
You do all the work.
Right.
You go get it.
Oh, man.
Could I complete 1 of 13 passes in the NFL? Yes.
All right. So if the Broncos are listening and they're looking for a quarterback again, Ben is more than interested. How much do you think they paid him for that one appearance?
I don't know how it works when you get called up from the practice squad. I know practice squad people are making like 70, 75 grand a year.
You're right.
So I don't know how it works if you get called up, if you get the league minimum salary for just that game, or I'm not entirely sure how that works.
I'm almost positive that's what they do in baseball. Baseball, they fucking rake it in when that happens because I think they take the league minimum and then they divide it by the number of games and then they have to pay you per game. Oh. So if the league minimums in baseball is like 500,000 and then there's like 162 games, they divvy that up and it ends up being like 3,200 a game. But these guys typically in baseball, it used to be the 14 to ATL. Now it's the 10 or like 15 or whatever. But a lot of people who get called up from the minors don't come up for one game. Yeah. Like that never happens.
No, I know. But NFL's obviously different.
Yeah.
I would do it for free.
Right. All right. You do it for free.
If the Broncos called me, I'd say, you don't have to pay me. That's fine.
You'd show up for free? You'd take a beating, though. How many sacks do you think you took? Just to get out there?
You have to understand. When I was a little kid, I played football, and I was playing quarterback. I actually never had a dream to play in the NFL.
No?
Because I knew that was never going to happen.
Wow. But it's a sad childhood.
I had a dream to be the quarterback for the University of Michigan. And this is pre-Tom Brady.
All right.
Or at least pre-us knowing about Tom Brady. He might have been a freshman there. But that's about the time. So if I could find myself in that type of situation to actually play in the NFL.
You have to take it, right?
They're like, you get one game. You're going to get to throw the ball 15 times. I'd be like, yeah, all right. How much do I have to pay you?
Right.
I'm in.
That's what they should have done. They should have taken bids.
Oh, yeah.
They should have taken bids for who wanted to play.
They really should have just called up to the front office and be like, hey, John.
Yeah, Elway, come on back down.
Can you throw a couple passes?
How old is Elway now? He's 60, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think he still got it? I mean, was he going to be worse than that kid? The poor guy. I forget what his first name is. His last name's Hinton. His first name begins with a K.
Yeah, I forget already.
Yeah. Do you think he's back on the practice squad by now?
Probably.
They're like, thanks for the help, man.
Appreciate it.
Back to the practice squad. Have a good one.
Yeah, but you also got to remember, a lot of these kids played, high school quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
College quarterback.
I think he had played college quarterback, and that's why they decided to use him.
I mean, that makes the most sense.
Hey, good for him. He completed a pass in the NFL.
Awesome.
The overwhelming majority of people will never be able to do it. Right?
That's so fucking cool.
So good for you. Good for him, man.
That's awesome for him. Mm-hmm. I'm happy for that kid.
Yeah.
Because if he never gets another chance to actually play, and he's just one of these fringe guys, he can always have that. Yeah, I started a game as quarterback in the NFL.
Right.
That's fucking awesome.
That is awesome. So he can always hold on to that. And I'm sure he must have gotten, I don't know how they do it, but a good amount of money just for that one game.
I'm sure.
Right?
I'm sure.
I bet they do it the same way as baseball. You probably have to get whatever the league minimum is.
Probably.
Divided by whatever that game is.
Yeah.
Could probably look it up. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, it's the league minimum divided by 16.
Yep. Yeah, so it would be probably...
Let's say the league minimum's $450,000.
$450,000 sounds about right. Divide that by 10 is $250. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It was probably $25,000 to $50,000, right?
See, my boy, we have calculators now.
Touche.
We don't have to do this kind of math in our head. So $450,000.
$450,000 divided by 16. I can't do that one.
$28,120.
$28,000. I bet you that's what he had to get. League minimum divided by the 16 games.
Yeah.
Good for him. Hopefully he does something good with that money. Saves it. Buys Christmas presents for it. Drives to Florida with it. Something. There's actually a game right now.
Oh, yeah. It started at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock Wednesday football. 2020 is one of the only times I think we'll ever see.
And it's only
3
streaming,
o'clock. Right? No, I saw it on TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know what channel it was, but I was watching it on TV before I came. It's an ugly start. I think it was 12-6 or something.
Steelers' Joe Hayden picks off RG3
He did.
and takes it to the house.
He did. It was a pick six after they fumbled to start the game, too. And then the Steelers fumbled. It was a mess. It's been a mess.
It is currently 12-7.
12-7. There we go. Still,
8 minutes to go in the third, yeah.
Wow. They are just having a good old brawl out there.
I totally forgot about it.
Battle.
I would have been watching it on that TV instead of old episodes of Conor commentary.
I know. There's a screen right here that Ben could have been watching. You could have been watching the game the whole time.
Son of a bitch.
You found out right at the end of the show. But that's all right because the studio audience here wants to watch reruns of Conor commentary.
Jerks.
That's what they would prefer. There's a remote somewhere.
I get it.
No one knows how to get to, but there's got to be some way to change the channel, right?
It's right here.
You have control. All right. Patriots won last week.
They did.
Big win. No one expected it.
Mm-mm.
Well, very few people. I gave them a very small chance, and they did.
Yep.
Patriots prediction this week?
Chargers.
So
I've
weird.
been so wrong on my predictions this year.
Yep. It's like when you expect them to win, they lose, and when you expect them to lose, they win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to lose to the Cardinals.
I did too.
And I thought they were going to beat the Texans. I thought they were going to beat the Broncos.
Yep, me too. Me too. Thought they were going to beat the Bills,
I thought they were going to beat the I thought they were going to beat the 49ers because the 49ers were depleted.
Yep, me too.
Due to injury. So I think they're going to win this game.
Yep.
So I predict them to lose.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense this season.
Yeah.
This season, that makes perfect sense. I hope they win, man. Come on. Five more wins and we'll see you in the playoffs.
Because to be honest with you, as frustrating as this season's been, it's been kind of a nice refresher where every regular season game matters.
I know. Before you just kind of overlooked them and they just kind of roll right over the Chargers. Even when the Chargers were better and had Phillip Rivers, they were still just kind of a check of an easy win.
Kind of.
They'd scrap it out like 27-20 and you kind of knew even the whole game. There were a lot of games where it was like they were kind of close, kind of back and forth, but you always knew in the back of your mind they were going to win.
Yeah.
And they always did. And then at the end of the season, it was 12-4, 13-3, 11-5 was like a bad year.
Mm-hmm.
And that went on for 20 years, man. We were fucking spoiled.
So spoiled. We're the worst fans.
We are. Yeah, we really are. We're terrible. But go Patriots.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back next week. We'll do it all again. Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless America.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.